All right, hey everyone. So we're gonna just go over waterless washing on the Grand Prix. It's been sitting outside for about a week. Um, I washed it last week. I did rinseless on it. Today we're gonna do a waterless wash because it sat outside for, like I said, about a week, and then it got some drizzle this morning. Normally I don't do waterless washing, but I kind of just want to go over the technique of waterless washing and how to be safe when you're using waterless washing. I'm gonna be pushing it to its limit right here, doing it. Normally I wouldn't do it with this much dirt, but again, I just want to get the point across of how I would do it if I didn't have access to a hose or things like that. Because really at this point I would either do a regular bucket wash, but again, we'll go over the process of waterless washing and how to do it safely without imparting any damage to your paint, in terms of scratches and whatnot. So for that, I'm using McKee's N914, which I diluted into a half-gallon multi-purpose pump sprayer here. So we got half an ounce, which is 15 milliliters, and half a gallon here. You can use a sprayer like this. It's just, rather than constantly spraying, I have to think this, I'm not constantly spraying and having my forearms get sore. Because you're constantly going to be going like that, and eventually you're going to get carpal tunnel if you keep doing that daily. We're going to just go ahead and use a pump sprayer because it's easier. I can just pump it up like so, and then eventually I could just spray it on the surface. We're also going to talk about following up with a drying aid. So I'm going to do a standalone video for the IGL Eco Shine Enhancer, which is our hybrid quick detailer, which is ceramic infused. We'll go over that. But primarily I want to go over the wash technique first, and then we'll do a standalone video for the hybrid ceramic detailer. I'll show you how to use it, my experiences with it so far, because I've actually used about half the bottle already, and so we'll discuss that as well. So let's go over to the car. I have some extra towels here just in case I need them, but I have like 4 or 5 towels in the bucket here. And the reason I have the buckets here is because once I use my towels, I will go ahead and toss them into this bucket that I'm not going to be using. So have yourself a drying towel. So I'm going to hang this towel here for a second, and then have yourself multiple towels. I have plenty in there for now. You're going to have 8 sides per towel, and you can see how dirty the surface is. So I mean, I really wouldn't do a waterless wash with this much dirt. You can actually see it. Again, the rain made it worse, the drizzle, than it should be. So let me just go ahead and pump this and just spray it on the surface. And so this is laying down more product than necessary, but I'd rather have more product on the surface for lubricity and its cleaning ability. And because I'm outside, I can actually do half the vehicle and it's not sunny or anything like that. Here I have water still sitting in there. So we'll let that do its thing and break that down for me. Like I said, waterless washing is all about technique and how to be safe. Put that there for now. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your towel and you're going to be rolling your edges as best as you can. So I'm going to start from the top and boom. See, so I got pretty much quite a bit of dirt there. So just find a spot that's not too heavily contaminated. Boom, just go over it. Move on to the other side and just roll your edges as you go. Again, most of you probably have multiple towels. That going through multiple towels is not going to be a problem for you. So you can see I got some dirt there. Right now for me, the tops are the dirtiest part, and then because I've already used this towel and it's already getting dirty, I'm not too worried about it scratching the glass or anything like that. So on the glass, I'm not too worried about scratching. It's a harder surface. And you might get these little kicked on things here, which may take a little bit more persuasion, but you can still get them off. I can just go over the glass here, and this front glass. Okay, flip it over. Again, just keep constantly flipping your towel and you'll be perfectly fine. Now for those of you who live in the Midwest and the East Coast and you're seeing snow, this lower section is going to be the dirtiest part. For me, it's not the dirtiest part. We don't have salt and dirt like you guys have and snow here in Southern California, at least in my area. And so I have 2 more sides left. And I can let O&R dry on there. So actually this side's still clean. So I can let N914 dry. I don't know if I said O&R on the surface without it spotting. And like I said, let me get this out of the way. I'll just throw that towel in there, grab another one, and continuing to work. Now for me, and this may be the same for you, I still think a bucket wash gets it cleaner than these waterless wash and rinseless washes. That's just me, but again, it's still safe. Okay, so I'm gonna save this towel because it's still got this little side. Let me do the trunk. And here, because I got that extra water, I'm gonna just flick it off. Yeah, let's come back and get that lower portion. I need to come back and get the taillight and the thing. So I'm done with that towel. Get your drying towel. I'm using a rag company, I don't even know what these are called, gauntlet. And dry the surface. And I would actually recommend having a secondary towel to buff off the remaining waterless wash you're using. Because you can actually do this with N914. Just come back with the dry side, wipe it off, and you don't need to use a drying aid if you don't want to. I'll show you the drying aid portion in a second here. I'll do it on the other side. But I mean, we've essentially cleaned the car. And for those of you who live in the harsh conditions, you may have to rinse it off first. So you may have to go to a pay and spray and rinse off all the caked on stuff on there. So I got some caked on stuff that wouldn't come off there. And you got some caked on stuff there, which comes right off. I'm going to get this seam here. Under the headlight. And so that's it. Again, you could flip to a dry side and wipe it off. You're not going to scratch the paint doing that because ONR, I mean 914 is going to protect your paint as well. And I'm not going to put anything up here, so I'm going to just dry this off. This is where I have all the coatings, and I don't want to mask it with no protective product. Okay, so we'll go to the other side. So you can see that's pretty clean. I gotta come back and dry that off. I'll do it when I'm done. And guess what? It's starting to drizzle right now. So let me just go ahead and finish the rest of this, then I'll come back to you and I'll show you the use of the drying aid portion in a specific area. But I just want to give you an idea of what I would do for a waterless wash. But you can see it's not that stressful, it's pretty simple. I'm using a pump sprayer to add quite a bit of product onto the surface. I'm saving my forearms from getting sore and tired. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to save some because I'm going to do the wheels as well. But really that's how I would do the waterless wash. And then again, when I get to the front, I'll show you the drying aid portions. I'm going to just finish doing this. When I come back, I'll show you that portion, and then that's pretty much it. So let me just go ahead and knock this out, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now we're going to do the dry-kneaded portion, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So let me just wipe off this surface here. So again, just keep constantly monitoring your towels for cleanliness. So flip this over. We got lemons coming. Put this in the bucket, my bucket of lemons. Okay, so I've used 4 towels. Now here you can use the drying aid of your choice. Since I'm going to do a review of the IGL Eco Shine Enhancer, just take it, spray it on the surface that you've already cleaned. It's still relatively wet, and then just wipe down the surface with it. And that was enough to go on multiple panels. Flip your towel, and that's about it. So the surface is clean. There's a little schmutz in there. The surface is clean, and we've added a layer of protection onto the surface. Just come back and dry it off. So that's really the drying aid portion on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it in my towel and just work this front bumper as it's still semi-wet. And just flip it over. Dry it. Enjoy some nice gloss. This product is not super slick. It's more of a smooth product, but I mean, that's how I would do a drying aid on the surface here, and when you're doing a waterless wash on here. Again, if you wanted to, you can use a ceramic infused waterless wash, and maybe that's the next thing I'll show you guys, is using the McKee's one as a because that's the only ceramic waterless wash I have. Actually, no, I have others, so maybe I'll show you one next time, but I'll show you the McKee's ceramic one, and the same thing because it's a concentrate, and I can use a pump sprayer with it, and I'll show you that. But the car's clean. Really no issues here whatsoever. Again, waterless washing is more superficial cleaning than anything. I still think a dedicated bucket wash gets the surface clean, and so we start to get drizzle here. But the car's clean. I would do the same approach on the wheels. Just spray them down, get yourself a few towels, and then just wipe off the surface clean. Touch up the tire dressing if you choose to, but primarily that's it. I'm going to go ahead and just finish up, and then we're going to do a standalone review of the IGL product. But that's the waterless washing on the Grand Prix here with N914, and I just want to show you how that process works out. It's relatively easy. Get yourself plenty of towels, and then you can just go ahead and keep your car clean for long periods of time. Again, you could do like I do. Since this car doesn't get driven as much, you know, waterless washing is probably the best approach for that, but I don't do waterless washes too often, just to minimize the amount of touching on the paint and the amount of scratching on the paint, because waterless washing is going to leave you some scratches if you do it wrong, especially like on soft black paint like these B-pillars here, but for the most part it's perfectly safe. And again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.